Would You Could You is an educational game aimed at upper key stage 2 children that puts you in control of your own country. Each player starts the game with their playing piece, 3 tokens and a country meter card. You'll also need to decide on a confident reader to wear the reader badge, who will also be in charge of the glossary. Now the object of the game is to try and raise your environmental sustainability while also managing your country's finance and happiness.
Each player has their own country meter card, which you get to name. On it are 3 meters, each with 12 spaces. At the start of the game, the player to your left rolls the dice 3 times to find out where each of your meters will begin. Now don't worry if your meters start on the low end of things. They will be moving up and down often throughout the game, but be sure not to let them reach 0 or bad things will happen.
To choose who goes first, everyone rolls the dice, and like always, the highest goes first. Turns are then taken clockwise. The game is played for 3 rounds based on the player who goes first. Once they have completed 3 goes around the board, the game is over. On your turn, you roll the dice and move that many spaces. You then carry out the action that is on that space.
As you can see, there is an environmental issue at the top with 2 different outcomes underneath. Each outcome will have different effects on your country meters. You need to look at the meters and decide what option is best for you before explaining why you chose it to the other players. Once that is done, you move your meter tokens as per your chosen option, and it's then the next player's turn.
So while cards are different, these affect everybody. Like the country cards, there is an issue and 2 outcome options. The card is read aloud and then each player needs to discuss the option that they would like to choose and why. Once again, depending on your meters, you may not be able to choose the option you'd like because of the effects. Once everybody has had a chance to discuss, there is a vote. The votes are then counted and the option with the most votes is chosen. Every country must move their meter tokens even if they did not choose it, and play continues.
One last thing, remember the bad things that happen if you reach 0? Well, if your happiness reaches 0, you miss your next turn. If your finance reaches 0, you will not be able to vote in world issues, but will still be affected by the outcome. And if your environment reaches 0, your country is out of the game. This does not mean that you're out of the game, but it does mean that you can't win. You will be given an advisor badge and be able to discuss both country and world cards with other players. At the end of the game, once all rounds have been played, every surviving country adds up their points. The player with the highest points at the end is declared the winner.
The best way for you to really understand the game is if we just get on and play it. Reducing the amount of fossil fuels used to produce energy will reduce the amount of air pollution created. So do you A, put a worldwide limit on the amount of fossil fuels that can be produced, or B, leave countries to set their own limit? A will get you 1 environment point, lose your finance but get your happiness. B will lose your environment, won't affect your finance, and will lose your happiness. As the holder of the card, I would like to really suggest that we put a worldwide ban on. It's the right thing to do. We should all be working together towards the same goals, and we should all get the environment points.
Just because it's morally right, it means you can leave and I can win. Just saying.
I would like to point out that I'm not really in a position to be losing money right now. My country has spent so much money on making ourselves environmentally sustainable that I don't think I can choose option A.
I'm going to piggyback on that one because I haven't got any finance.
But money isn't everything.
It
It is in this town. I think I'm going to go with B.
No, B.
B. Because then we can help ourselves as well.
Yeah, what about the environment? How do you
We're our environment.
Our environment's not too bad.
Well, I'm out then.
Bye.
Aww. But it also links to all areas of the Year 6 national curriculum. You might want to pause at this point and peruse at your own leisure.